3 budgets in 14 months, €4 billion in spending cuts. But as he unveiled Budget 2010 this afternoon, Finance Minister Brian Lenihan said the country is turning the corner and the government's plan is working. He then outlined measures to cut public sector pay by between 5 and 8%. Social welfare payments would be reduced by 4.1%, with a €16 a month cut in child benefit. There's to be a carbon tax on motor and other fuels. And there's a reduction in the price of drink and a cut in VAT.
A traditional start for a budget day that would be far from routine. Brian Lenihan preparing to deliver the harshest and most heavily trailed set of measures for years. He opened on a positive note, telling TDs that though our economy was still weak and our confidence shaken, there were signs of a recovery on the horizon.
The worst is over. The international economy has exited recession. Recent indicators suggest that economic activity in this country is turning the corner, and my department expects a return to positive growth within the next 6 to 9 months.
This would be the last big push required to deal with the crisis, but we had to recognise that during the boom years we had priced ourselves out of the market, and that would have to be reversed. Public service pay would have to be cut, and that would begin at the top.
The salary of an Taoiseach will be reduced by 20%. This reduction, together with the pension levy, means that the Taoiseach salary will be cut by close to 30% in total. Ministers and Secretaries General of Government Departments will take a pay cut of 15%, an overall cut of close to 25%, taking into account the levy.
And as expected, that pattern would be reflected in pay cuts right down to the lowest paid public sector worker.
A reduction of 5% on the first €30,000 of salary, a reduction of 7.5% on the next €40,000 of salary, and a reduction of 10% on the next €55,000 of salary. The reductions range from 5% to 8% in the case of salaries of public servants up to €125,000.
Of equal significance, he signalled the end of the current public service pension. There would be a new scheme based on career average earnings rather than final salary, and a move to break the link between retirement salaries and pension levels for those currently in receipt of payments.
As part of the reform of public service pension arrangements, I will review the current arrangements and consider linking pensions to increases in the cost of living.
Another well-flagged cut, across-the-board reductions in social welfare payments of around 4% and cuts in job seekers' allowances and child benefit.
The lower and higher rate of child benefit will be reduced by €16 per month, bringing these rates to €150 and €187 per month respectively. Welfare-dependent families will be fully compensated by increasing the qualified child allowance by €3.80 per week, so that they will not be affected by this measure.
He insisted all these measures were necessary to deal with an unprecedented crisis, but there was no standing ovation for Brian Lenihan's third budget.
Our plan is working. We have turned the corner. I commend the budget to the House.